What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to take a look at 6 games that you should keep your eye on in August of 2022. I did this kind of video on my second channel. Wanted to try it here. Wanted to see what you guys thought of it, so let me know what you think in the comments. But these are purely based off of my interest, and not all of these games are the same. This is not ranked or anything like that, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some. So let me know what games you're excited for, in this coming month in August, and let's kind of rifle through them. And we're going to start the beginning of the month, and we're going to work our way through the end of the month, starting with the first game that I believe comes out that, again, interests me in the month of August, which is 2 Point Campus. Love it, love it, love it. Now, a lot of these games I'm going to do kind of individual previews for, but to kind of just put them all together, this game looks rad. I love management games. I don't play them as much as you would think I do, but I definitely do play them quite a bit. And, 2 Point Hospital was an awesome game. These guys know what they're doing, and Campus looks phenomenal. The different courses you can kind of run people through. I love these kind of games. I love games that you manage. You can make the greatest school of all time, or you can make literally the worst school that no in their right mind parent would ever want to send their kid to. And I probably would lean towards that one if we're being honest with each other. So comes out again August 9th. It's on Game Pass, so that's another huge reason I think to pay attention to it. You don't even have to pay for it. If you have Xbox, you can just get it for free. August 12th is the notorious Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered on PC. So obviously, this is a game much talked about. I did a video on this a little while ago on the main channel that's still getting views now, and people continue to have, split decisions on it. Look, I look at it as a positive. It's coming to a new platform. You're gonna get new people that never played it before. Whether it gets these people to buy PlayStations in the future, or whether it just earns Sony a couple extra bucks, years after the game comes out, however you want to justify it, I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that we kind of need to happen a little bit more often, and it looks good. It looks really good. If your PC can handle it, it can look pretty darn good. If your PC can't handle it, PlayStation would be the best place to play it in terms of visuals, and again, in terms of what the system can kind of process and handle. Unless you have one of the better PCs out there, yeah, you're not going to get as high as the PS5. But again, this is just for people on PC that haven't played it yet. Get this game. Obviously, we don't need to pitch Marvel's Spider-Man all that much. It's an amazing, amazing game that if you have the opportunity to play, you absolutely should play. Number 3, this is why I said in the beginning that not all of these games are kind of built equally, and my anticipation are not all the same. Madden NFL 23. So the only reason I'm looking forward to this, I watch Angry Joe from time to time. I like to see him tear apart Madden, or EA, I guess, specifically. I'm excited to see what he does with this, but in all reality, look, I look for these sports games to, at some point in my life, get better. There is so much potential. I love sports. I like football. It's not my favorite sport. I prefer NHL, and I've played a lot of the NHL games over the years. They just don't improve, and obviously because they come out yearly, right, they don't have time to improve. I don't really fault the developers. I kind of fault the system that the developers are inadvertently a part of, but I'm excited to an extent, right, to see what they can do, and then if it is bad, I'm more excited because I love seeing people rip into things, and so that'll be a big one to watch. Next up is on August 23rd is Saints Row. Again, this one is a very interesting one. I can't wait till we get just a little bit closer. Again, I'm going to do individual videos on these. Saints Row is one I'm excited to just make videos just talking about it and only it. It can really go either way. Even the previews of this game are not very good, but they're not very bad, right? It seems like everybody who's ever talked about this Saints Row that doesn't have a bias or an agenda to push, right, seems like the opinion's going to be, this is an okay game. It's going to lose some people. Maybe it'll gain some new people to offset it. This is not really the old Saints Row. It feels like a game kind of built in a different generation. And it's not all that good, but it's not all that bad. That's what I've noticed by watching it, right? It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look good, in my opinion. What I've heard other people say, kind of the same thing. Some things are better, but it's not all that amazing, but it's not trash. You're not going to despise yourself for doing it. So it's interesting, right? Comes out August 23rd. There's games around it. August is not as dead as July or, other times we've had even this year. So, will you get it out of boredom because you haven't played it yet? I don't know, but it's definitely, again, for a different kind of reason why I'm excited for it or why I'm looking at it. It's going to provide something. We'll see how good or how bad this game ends up being. Next up is Soul Hackers 2. Now, here's the thing with Soul Hackers 2. The only reason I have it on here is it comes from Atlas. So, this whole Persona, Reborn era that we're in right now. I mean, Persona's always been good, but a lot of people obviously jumped on the bandwagon recently, including, I guess, myself. I played Persona 4 Golden. That was my first jump into Persona, and I've been hooked ever since. Soul Hackers 2, to be flat out honest, I know nothing about it. So if there was ever a game, and I envy people that do this, people that just get games blind. Maybe they see one trailer for it. They don't know all the coverage. They're not, living their life on the internet 24/7 like me. I'm not faulting it. I do it myself. Soul Hackers would actually be that game. Maybe this game is, and I've heard really good things about it, so I know it's probably a solid franchise, right? This would be one of those games where if I'm going to go into a game blind, this would be one of those. And those games tend to work out quite well, so I'm going to be interested in it. I don't really know. I mean, it really depends. Like, do I get Saints Row? And then if I get Saints Row, then would I have time for Soul Hackers? That's my conundrum. That's a me problem. But of course, it is a game for sure. For a while, I've been kind of paying attention to, and we'll see how it goes and how it does as we get closer. And last up is Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. So the remake of Destroy All Humans 2 comes out August 30th. So we really, even based off my list, even with moderate interest around the board, you have games kind of throughout the entire month of August, right? There's not a week that goes by there's not something moderately, to some interesting. And this one is a very safe bet to me. Out of all of these, this has like the least swing that it could possibly go. Like, I feel like this is going to be a very solid game, if not like good or great. I don't think it's going to like change my life, and I would be shocked out of my mind if this game came out and it was like a total failure. You know what I mean? It's just one of those safe games. That's not a bad thing, because the first Destroy All Humans remake was awesome. It really is one of the better, I would say, remakes that have happened. It kept the old energy. It added elements from games that came after it and put it into the first game. I mean, it's hard to complain. It really did a lot of remake things that you would expect a game to do. It did them. So I really don't have a lot of worries for 2. 2 looks beautiful. Like, it looks so good. The gameplay looks great. I mean, I have very fond memories of specifically Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, so it's a nostalgia thing as well. It's a good close. Let's say that. It's a good close to the month. This one, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be getting it. There's, not all these are certainties. A 2 Point Campus, for sure, I'm getting, and I would say Destroy All Humans 2, for sure, I'm getting. I don't necessarily need SpiderMan. Madden, again, I don't know if I'm going to just watch it fail. Saints Row, Soul Hackers, like, those are just kind of, we'll see how they go. There's not too many that I'm guaranteed to get, but there's definitely a lot that would keep my interest in the month of August. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I will see you all on the next one.